Okay, let's start with introduction of SAP BODS. Team, if you have any question, then you can pause me at any time, then just shoot out your questions. Okay, SAP BODS. Okay, the full form of this BODS is the Business Objects Data Services. It is a product of SAP. So it is a an ETL tool of SAP. So what do you mean by ETL? So ETL stands for E is nothing but extraction, T is nothing but a transformation, and L for L is nothing but a load. Extraction, transformation, then load. So what does it mean in the sense? What does it mean? Means let's say I have a source system at one side. Okay, I have a source system at one side. So this is a source system, and I have a target system at another side. So source system in the sense this source system can be anything. Okay, that is nothing but either relational databases, relational DBs, or SAP applications. This source system can be flat file. Source system can be web services. So in the source system, let's say a relational databases, I have a Oracle. Let's take Oracle. So I have the data in a Oracle system. I want to transform the data, means I want to load the data from source system to the target system. So this is a target system. And this is source. So I want to load the data from source system to the target system. So this source system can be any one of these. Okay, any relational databases in the sense of Oracle, HANA, SQL Server, anything, any relational databases. And SAP applications, SAP application in the sense ECC system or S4 HANA or BW. And flat file can be any TXT, CSV, Excel, anything. And web services in the sense, this so interfaces, web interfaces. So if data is there in any of the source system, I want to load the data into the target system. Then in between, we do use ETL tool. So there are, n number of ETL tools available in the market, but here one of such ETL tool is nothing but a BODS, Business Objects Data Services, which is a product of SAP. So what it will do is this BODS what it will do is it will extract the data from source system and transform the data as per the business requirement and then load the data into the target system. Here, this target system also can be anything. Anything in the sense any relational databases or any SAP application or can be flat file. Okay. So extract the, I mean, read the data from source system, transform the data as per the business requirement, and after transforming the data and load the data into the target system is nothing but a ETL. That is, this all process is nothing but a ETL process. For that ETL process, we have SAP BODS, which we are using in our project. Okay, clear, clear, right? This is nothing but a ETL process. And coming to the next point, in the BODS, okay, we have, let's see the architecture of this BODS, how this ETL process happens in BODS. In in the architecture of a BODS, it consists of, data services, designer, and job server, then repository, then access server, then data services management console, data stores, and also in between ETL engine. Okay, so in the architecture of a BODS, it consists of these components. These components in this data service designer, job server, repository, access server, ETL engine, data services, management console, and data stores. If I show you this architecture in graphical representation, uh, yeah, see. So here this is nothing but a designer, then management console, repository, then one unit as engines, it's job server and access server. Then left side one is nothing but a data stores. Data stores in the sense databases or source systems or target system, whatever it is. Let's talk about all these. These are the key components of in architecture of a BODS. Let's talk about these one by one. Designer. Designer is nothing but standalone application. This is nothing standalone application. So this designer help us to do the all development work. So this designer, when I say the standalone application means you will have to install this designer in our local systems. Once you install this SAP Data Services Designer, so this designer, you do all the development work in this designer only. So that is nothing but a designer. Okay. And coming to these repositories. So repository is nothing but a repository holds all the all jobs information and system objects. System objects in the sense are BODS objects. BODS object can be anything. That is a metadata of the database or predefined functions or predefined predefined transformations, and it stores the repository nothing but a we call it as a server. It stores all the information of the data services. So here we have three types of repositories. One is nothing but local repository, One is nothing but a local repository. There are three types of repositories. One is a local repository. Second one is a central repository. Then third one is profile repository. So basically, out of three, we do use one and two most frequently. Okay. Third one is very rarely we do use this profile repository. In most of the projects, we do use only first two repositories, either local or central repository. So local repository, what happens is what it holds is it holds metadata of the source or target systems and job definitions. It holds the job definitions and also transformations, all the transformations information. Okay, while we transforming the data in BODS, we have n number of transformations. We have many transformations which we'll be using to transform the data as per the business requirement. So when I say transform the data in the sense, let's say I have a data, my source system is a Oracle and my target system is a HANA. In the Oracle, I have to have the data in two tables. I have the data in two tables. Okay, when I want to load the data of two tables into one table in the target system, then we need to transform the data. Read the data from two tables. Okay, and transform the data into one table by using transformations. Then load the data into the target system. That is nothing but a transformation. Means all the business logic will be written in this transformations only while transforming the data. How you want to transform the data into the target systems. So this local repository holds all the transformations information, job definition, metadata of the source or target system, and predefined functions, custom functions, everything. All the objects of BODS will be storing in this local repository. Then coming to the second repository, the central repository. Central repository is nothing but a kind of, uh, it is used to track version control. It is used to track the version control and collaboration. So version control in the sense you might be knowing that version control is nothing but a keep tracking the changes of changes. Okay, if there is any change happened, okay, then we keep tracking track of that change. That is nothing but a version control. Then in the next second change, so at what time what kind of change has been done is not, that we will track is nothing but a version control. Okay, that version control this central repository supports to have that version control. And also collaboration. Collaboration in the sense, let's say in the local repository, we can create n number of local repositories. We can create a n number of local repositories in BODS, but there can be only one central repository. There can be only one central repository. Let's say I have five resources. I will create five local repositories and will be assigned each repository to one associate. So what they will do is they do work in their local repository, whatever work development work they do that development work in local repository. Okay, and then after doing that work in local repository, okay, if somebody wants to see that that work, okay, then until unless others associate should have a access on this local repository. If not, what he will do is this associate will publish that job to the central repository. Mean kind of a check in to central repository and save that job. Publish that job to the central repository. Okay, other resource. If somebody wants to see that some changes in the already in created job, okay, he can check into central repository and import that job into the BODS data services and do the necessary changes and again republish that to the central repository. Okay, that is nothing but a central repository. And also this central repository is used to migrate the objects. When I say object means object can be anything, job or anything. Okay, so I want to I have jobs created in a in the development environment. Okay, in the landscape of the system, I have three environments. One is the DAO system, then quality, then production. Let's say I have jobs created and published in the central repository in development environment. If I want to migrate those jobs to the quality in the higher environments, then this through central repository we can achieve it. Okay, just migrate the jobs from one environment to another environment if those jobs are available in the central. So this central repository will be handled by the admin, not the resources, I mean developers. Okay, so it is under the control of admin. Okay, so if you need access to the central repository, then admin has to grant the access, then only you'll be able to publish your work to the central repository. So these central repository, as I said, central repository should be handled by the admin team. Then next repository is nothing but a profile repository. Profile repository is nothing but we rarely do use this profile repository. That is for for data quality analysis. For data quality analysis, we do use this profile repository. Out of three repositories, okay, in our project, we are using only this local repository. We are using only this local repository. Central repository is also there, but from local repository only we are migrating the jobs from one environment to another environment. There is a way to publish the jobs from local repository as well. So this is nothing but a repository. So repository will will act as a server which holds all the information of data services. Then coming to the next one, next component is nothing but a job server. So job server, what this job server does this, job server simply, this is used to run the jobs. Let's say I have created a job, I have created a job in the data services. Okay, this job server will run all the created jobs. That is the use of the job server is nothing but runs batch jobs. Here in the BODS, we can create two types of jobs. One is nothing but a batch job, and second one is nothing but a real-time job. Batch job is nothing but the jobs whatever we have created in our project, all of them are the batch jobs only. Batch jobs in the sense data is already there. Data is already stored in a source system. Let's say Oracle. Data is already stored in the Oracle system. Okay. Let's say I want to integrate the data into the HANA. I want to integrate the data into HANA. Okay. Then that is nothing but a batch job. And real-time job. Real-time is job is nothing but a basically, real-time job in the sense on the fly. On the fly in the sense, let's say that works through, web services. So from the web services, let's say, let's take example of Jepto. Okay, so I mean, in Jepto, if you take the example of Jepto, at every minute, okay, n number of transactions happened through Jepto. Okay, I want to capture the data, whatever at every minute on the fly, I want to capture the data of whatever transactions happened on the fly. I want to capture those transactions and load the data into the target systems. Then we do create a real-time jobs. Okay, that is nothing but a real-time job. So in this job server is for running the, it take care of batch jobs, whereas access server is take care of, real-time jobs. Here we have two servers, job server and access server. The only difference is job server will take care of the batch jobs, whereas access server will take care of, real-time jobs. Then next component is nothing but engines. Here also we have two types of engines. One first engine, one is nothing but a ETL engine. One is nothing but ETL engine, and second one is nothing but a real-time engine. So ETL engine. Here in the engines we have two types of engines. One is nothing but a ETL, and second one is nothing but real-time engine. So ETL engine in the sense ETL will process all the batch jobs. Will process all the will take care in will process all the jobs. I mean batch jobs, whereas a real-time engine will process all the real-time jobs. Clear, right? ETL will process only the batch jobs, that engine, and real-time engine will process all the real-time jobs. So that is nothing but ETL engine. Then next one is nothing but this data stores. So data store is nothing but connection to the source or target systems. Data stores is nothing but a connection. So we will establish the connection. First, we will create a connection in the BODS, okay, to the either source systems or target system as per the requirement. That is nothing but a data store. Here, this data store holds only metadata of the, the system tables. I mean, metadata of the tables. Then next one is nothing but a management console, data services management console. So data services management console is nothing but this is nothing but a web-based application. So data services designer is a standalone application. Okay, I mean desktop tool, standalone application or desktop tool, which is nothing but you will have to install this software in our device. Okay, then do all the development kind of work in the using this tool. Whereas data services management console is nothing but a web-based application. Web-based application is nothing but a it works with URL. It works with URL. URL means it works with URL wherein schedule the jobs. Let's say I have created jobs. I want to schedule the jobs. I will show you that how it looks like data services management console. So this is URL of data services management console. So then just log in with our credentials. If you have, once you get the access. So in the data in the management console, it will ask to system, okay, which system you are going to connect. Then credentials, then authentication. Authentication is here enterprise only because in BODS, okay, we have not enabled SSO. Okay, SSO is not enabled here. All the users are authenticated users only. I mean authenticated users in this sorry, enterprise users only. Enterprise users nothing but a every user must be created in the BODS. Every user must be created in the BODS CMC Central Management Console server. Okay, that is nothing but enterprise. So everyone has to log in with enterprise credentials only. Then once you log in with this enterprise account, this is how this data service management console looks like. So here there are six components. Out of six, we frequently use this administrators only. In the administrator, we have this batch jobs. Here under this batch, we have let's say here I have three repositories created for a batch job, whereas in real time there is only one application server. Okay, here let's talk about this batch job. So in the batch job we have three repositories created like 01, 02 and 03. Okay, so here in every repository, let's say one repository is assigned to you. Okay, you do all your development work in that repository. Then all that data will be, all the information will be stored in your repository only where you are going to create, jobs. Jobs are all the development stuff. Okay. So here in this local repository, I mean, we are in this project. I am using repository two, where this management console where in we can schedule the jobs, batch jobs. We can schedule the batch jobs and we can monitor those jobs. We can monitor those jobs. And also this management console helps to perform some admin kind of activities. To perform some admin kind of activities. Okay, those we will see later what kind of activities, admin activities can be performed in this management console. But as of now, just focus on these, repositories. In this repository, true, we have these many jobs scheduled. Okay, so scheduling the jobs, monitoring the jobs, and also some kind of administration activities can be performed in this management console, that is nothing but a data services management console. Is it clear this architecture of a BODS? It is very simple. Okay, there are only hardly I can see only how many components are there? 7 components. That's it. Out of 7, you don't need to worry about this job server. Okay, job server will take care of running the jobs, and you don't need to take care of these repositories. Okay, so repositories will be created by admin team only. Okay, they will create a repositories and they will guide you which repository to be used, and or which repository to be used, and whatever will be assigned to you, that repository you can do all your development stuff. Then access server, you don't need to worry about this. Okay, this job server, access server, ETL engine, okay, will run in the backend. Will run in the backend. You don't need to worry about these three, which will run in the backend, like job server, repository, access server, ETL engines. And it is data services management console. This is data services management console, data stores, and data services. These three are very important, in terms of developer. So all your work uh, do with these three only: data services, data management console, and data stores. Clear, right? Any questions here?
Okay.
Yes.
Can you go back to that screen?
Which screen?
Uh, Excel.
Yeah.
In data services management console, we can't do any development, right? We can just
No, no,
run the
no.
jobs. That's it.
Yes. Just scheduling the jobs, monitoring the jobs. That's it.
And if you want to run manually also, you can do it here.
Yes. Scheduling the
Okay.
you can schedule the jobs. You can
Ca-
manually run the jobs and
Okay.
also monitor the jobs. So these all
Ca-
are the jobs scheduled on a daily basis. Okay, so they are running on daily basis. If there is any error, you can just log into this data services management console and monitor. I mean, just you can see the error of that job.
Okay. Can
This
you go back?
also management console also generate the log files while running the
Mm-hmm.
jobs. Okay, if there are any errors, then it will generate a log file. You can download that log file. You can download that log file, and you can you can troubleshoot that error.
Okay. Okay. Can you go back again to the Excel?
And also here in this trace log in the sense as per designing of the job, okay, which is running first, and what is the flow or sequence of that job execution. Here you can
Okay.
trace sequence of the job execution.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, Data service designer just is for development only. There you can do only development, not the uh, job run, right?
no. See, here in the data services, you can run the job.
Okay.
You can run the job in data services designer as well.
Okay.
You
Right
can
now,
run it. You can run it, but scheduling, if scheduling and monitoring everything will. But usually, what we do is, okay, we do run the jobs from management console only. There is an option to run the jobs in design also. That is only for testing purpose. When we are troubleshooting the any issues, okay, then you can run this job in a designer, with debug mode. If you want to run the job with debug mode, okay, to know what's happening while running the job, okay, that you can do in the designer.
okay.
Clear,
So
right? Yeah,
Venkat, like as you mentioned, like local repository mostly used for the development activity,
correct.
correct?
For the
And
resources,
this
yes,
for the resources, and there will be only one central repository. There cannot be a
correct.
multiple central repository. So in
No,
production, do we have the local repository as well?
yes. In our project, we
Hmm.
are using only local repositories.
So like
See,
from
LR,
local repository, we are promoting the job into the local repository of production directly.
yes. So while
Sir,
promoting the jobs from one environment to another environment, okay, so that promotion we are uh, in this project I am doing from designer only.
Okay,
That I
from
will show
designer
you.
only you are
Yeah,
promoting.
yes, that I will show you whenever when I come to the topic.
And the local repository can be created by resources as well. Like they can create
No,
their own local repository.
no, admin only.
When you say
Ad,
admin, then who is the admin? Like BODS admin separate team.
in yes. In our project, okay, I am only the admin and everyone. I mean, whole soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or else in this, okay, in admin in the sense when I say in terms of admin, okay, here we have CMC. CMC is nothing but a web-based application where we can
CMC is a BO partner, control management console,
central management console.
central management console.
Yeah, we are using this
Just भी लेना होता है ना
BODS. Sorry.
API अभी इस लेवल पर ये कुछ होता है अभी टेस्ट के लिए होता है तो मैं बोलता हूँ फ्लो बताएगा आपको डालेगा मैं कहाँ पे रिक्वेस्ट भेज
Mantran,
करूँ so
you are audible.
yeah so I want to ask one question there so
Yeah,
Venkat
just yeah.
regarding the CMC right so it is safe to assume the BODS jobs and the BO jobs right are controlled by the
CMC,
same
no.
server.
CMC is not for jobs monitoring or job scheduling.
It
Just
is
give me
for
a minute.
admin part, right? To give the access and
Yes.
to create the specific folders, right?
Correct. Just a minute, I will show you
But
one.
To
in CMC,
restart
Venkat,
the
BO jobs are getting promoted na, from CMC.
See,
not
that
from
is what, that is
CMC.
what, that is what. See, before this, see, the formerly this BODS, okay, we called it as data services designer only, data services.
Mm-hmm,
What this
correct.
SAP, what this SAP done is, they
They
have
merged that.
integrated, yes, they have integrated, these data services into BO platform. They have integrated data services with the BO platform.
Platform. Yeah.
They are using this BO platform only for BODS, for both BO and BODS using BO platform only.
Okay. And Venkat, regarding the ETL engines, right? So how many engines we use here, and where can we see these
Only one
engines?
engine, ETL. There are two engines, ETL engine and real-time engine. Okay, ETL engine is for process the batch jobs, whereas
Okay.
real-time engine is for to process, real-time jobs.
So basically, the ETL engine is directly connected to job server, and the other one is directly connected to real time. Real time is
Yes,
connected to real time server. So both
yes.
servers are separate only in that case.
Both servers are separate. If you look at
And
this
the engines, like
diagram,
every engine is connected to that one single server only, not to the both
yeah,
of the server.
no, see here you can see right. Job server is here, and you have two servers, job server and access server.
Uh,
Okay, this access server is for
Real
real-time
time.
jobs, whereas job server is for the batch jobs.
Hmm.
So Venkat,
Both will work independently. Both will work
independently,
independently.
we
Yes.
got that. Now we do have a transformations, right, in the BODS, correct?
Hmm. Hmm.
So let's say we have, we have put the badge job, right?
Hmm.
And the ETL engine is working. But for
Hmm.
a calculation also, it is going to use the ETL engine, or there is some other engines will be also involved
No,
in
ETL
this.
only. There is only one engine in BODS for
Hmm.
batch jobs. That is ETL only.
Okay. Okay. So only one every load is on one engine only.
Yes. If you want to load balance it, then you can create multiple job servers on different systems.
So
Create
can we
multiple
Servers
connect
of
cloud as well? Cloud to BODS?
yes. Cloud to BODS, public or private? Private is supportable. Public, not sure. It cannot support directly, I guess.
It's basically like a middleware only, no? Between source and target.
Middleware only, but there is no direct connectivity between public cloud and BODS. Okay, if you look at the CMC, okay, CMC in the central management console. For data services also, we are using the same platform, BO platform only, as I said. Okay, this is a BODS CMC, not a BO CMC. BO CMC and BODS CMC both are different here. Okay, in the BODS CMC, let's say if I go to data services, here you can see all the repositories. These repositories will be created by the admin. Here, admin is nothing but here we can handle from our side, we can handle the whatever can be done in the CMC that we can handle from our side. But creation of the repositories, creation of the central repository, that everything can be done by admin. Here, admin is the SAP. I mean, basically, I can say server team. Server team only have rights, okay, to create these repositories, either local repository or central repository.
So as in our project, only you are the admin, right? Not the basis team. They are taking care of it.
No. They are not taking care of it. For the repository creation, okay, we need to raise a ticket with SAP. They will create a repository. Once repositories are
SAP is creating
created, yes, once repositories are created, then what we'll have to do, we will have to register those repositories in the CMC.
Okay.
Once repository is registered here, okay, then we can assign that to resources. Let's say this repository is allocated to this resource, and this repository is allocated to this resource. Allocation in the sense giving the access to that particular giving the access to the resource on the particular repository. This is because of network, that screen will not come up.
So database is Sybase.
Database is Sybase here. For BO also database is Sybase only. So
And,
local repositories can be created. N number of local repositories can be created. That all depends on the project. Okay, and our team size.
Okay. So, Venkat, here, okay. So you mean to say that first we will raise a ticket with the SAP, right? They will create a repository, and from here we can register that repository to
Exactly.
ourselves, right?
Yes.
Okay. And one more thing here. So here you have choose the. I can see you have choose the data services, right? Right now.
Yes.
So if you will choose the CMC home, and you can go to the BO also, right?
No. That is what I'm saying. This is BO CMC. Sorry, BODS CMC. Sorry.
Okay, this is
BODS
BODS.
CMC.
Okay, both are okay. Then to access
We
that,
have
both the links
we have
different.
two different links are different in the sense servers are different.
Servers are different here.
BODS server, CMC server is different, and BO server is different. Okay, if I go to CMC, BO CMC, see when servers are different in the sense links also obviously would be different.
They will be different. They will be different. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So for both of the tools, the servers are different. That's it.
Yes, servers are different, obviously. See here, this is a BO CMC, where you can promote your jobs in the CMC itself, in BO CMC itself.
We can schedule the jobs and all these
Schedule,
activities, right?
we can schedule the jobs, okay, and all the admin
Restart the
activities.
servers.
Restart the server, restart the services, not server.
Services, yeah.
Yeah, restart the services, and everything can be done in this BO CMC. Okay, user creation, user access, everything except server restart.
Server restart is done by SAP team
SAP,
or
SAP
team?
only, SAP team only. These servers, okay, either BO or BO servers are handling by the SAP only.
We never get in a scenario, right, where our web is got hanged or we have to restart the server, right? Or we do.
It
I think
happened.
once we have done. It happens
Ah,
once, right? It happened once.
yes. Yeah.
Like 1 year back.
patching
when I was in
activity, if there
Hyderabad.
is any patching activity, okay, any kind of upgrade, BODS upgrade or BO upgrade, all these activities can be done by SAP team only. Our role here is just raise a ticket and monitor that. I mean, before upgrade and after upgrade, just to do the testing. That's it. See, if you look at these, this is a BODS CMC and the other one is this is BOCMC. Here URLs are different, servers are different, and everything is different. Here in the BODS CMC, we have these data services where these
Data
data
center.
services holds all the repositories, central repository and local repository only. Okay, see if you look at here, there is only one central repository. In any project, there should be only one central repository. One central repository per one server. If you are maintaining multiple servers, then you can create a central repository for each server.
Okay. One more thing here, I can see in the description, right? I can see the IDs also, like Mahesh ID is there, right? Anjali and
Because these repositories are assigned to these respective
these
associates.
respective. Okay.
Okay, the moment when they log into services, I will show you after this. The moment when they
Mhm.
log in with their credentials to the data service designer, which is a desktop tool, they will be able to see only these the repository. That I will show you.
Mm.
Don't worry.
Maybe which is assigned to these people only. That's it, right?
Correct. Correct. As per
Nothing
the
else.
as per
So,
the access.
so Venkat, like
So that's
suppose Mahesh is working on local repository 1, Sunil
Hmm.
is working on local repository 2,
Hmm.
and suppose both of them are using the same object.
Same object
Then
in the sense.
same like something data flow they have created.
Okay.
So will there be
means.
any conflict?
Mhm. So
No.
means
No.
what
No.
Manoj is saying, right? We have our two Oracle tables, right? So we have done some transformations, right?
Hmm.
And the same Oracle table is Mahesh is pulling from the BODS, right? And
Hmm.
same is doing by the Sunil also. Okay. And
Hmm.
we have started a job,
Hmm.
okay, batch job at
Hmm.
same time. So it will
Hmm.
not conflict
It will not conflict because these repositories are the kind of instances. Okay, if
independent
Sunil is
instances. Huh?
independent, all these repositories are work independently. But
No,
central
no.
And
repositories work independently. Okay, if they're on the job at the same time, it's not an issue. But if the target table is same, let's say Sunil extract the data from A table and loading the
Mhm.
data to B table in the target system, and Mahesh
Mhm.
is also extracting the data from same source table A table only and loading the data into same table B table only. Okay, then definitely there might be might be
Duplicate
getting
the
the data
record,
duplicated, get a data duplication or something.
but jobs
That
No,
will
will
not
not
no.
happen.
fail.
No,
Hmm.
Mukha, it's not about data duplication. Okay,
Hmm.
that might be one task. Other one is
version
it will be
basically.
locked. No, no, table will be locked.
No, 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 no.
DBA table will be locked. DBA side, not from the application point of view. I'm saying,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
not from application point of view.
Logged in the
DB,
sense when the user same, different users are trying to connect to the same table, then DB user will automatically log that. Database engine will automatically log those users.
yes, yes. At least see, accessing tables is different, and DML operations are different, Mukha.
Mm-hmm.
If they do any
But from
DML
from
operations like
BODS
insert.
side, jobs can run parallelly. Okay, there might be
Ah,
impact on the data, but jobs without any issue, jobs can run uh, smoothly.
yes, yes. But the database side, the table will be locked if you do if at the same point at the same time if you do any DML operations like insert, update, delete,
Mm-hmm.
table will be locked.
Okay,
So
okay.
Venkat, like we will be able to identify, like suppose Mahesh is working on table A, and say at the same time Sunil is also working on table A. In the other, both are using different local repository. So in that case, the changes will be picked up. Like they will be able to see like this person is doing changes or he has done some changes right now.
No, 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 no.
Then how the
That
changes will be moved? Because suppose if Mahesh done the changes and he has already moved before Sunil, but
Hmm.
after some time Sunil has also moved. Then it will be getting overwritten, correct?
It will be getting overridden that there is no, control of monitoring such kind of things in BODS. Okay, both persons are working on the same thing at a time, then that is a mutual understanding only. They will have to check with each other. That's it. If that is the case, then you have to save your work. Let's say you have created one job. Okay, you are done
Hmm.
with that job. Okay, in your shifting time. Okay, then another resource will come in next shift. He wants to work something on the same job. Then in that case, what you have to do is you have once you are done with your work, you will have to publish that job to the central repository. You have to check into central repository and publish that job to the central repository. When next resource will come in, okay, then he has to import. I mean, import the job from central repository and do the necessary changes. Then again republish this central repository. This is nothing but a collaboration.
No, here you are talking about central repository, but we are moving the changes from local repository to local repository.
Yes, you can.
Correct.
Yes. That you have
So
to
we
check. That you have to check. There is no control in BODs. That you have to check.
No, no, Venkat, the question here is, right, as you said, right, these two repositories are independent, correct?
Correct. Correct.
So, if Sunil and Mahesh is working on the same thing, right?
Hmm.
Let's
Hmm.
say Mahesh has, done his development,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And Sunil is doing the same development in his
Hmm.
repository, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, will, uh, let's say Sunil has done some more changes, right?
Hmm.
So, will
Hmm.
it affect the changes which is done by the Mahesh or not?
See, for suppose let's first Mahesh job is completed. Let's assume Mahesh job is completed first in the first place. Then
Mhm.
Sunil job is completed in the second place. Okay, the latest changes only will captured.
correct.
O- Okay. No, no. That is with the job perspective, right? So
Yeah, see
both
here,
are
if you
having
look
the
at this
jobs.
screen,
Mhm.
let's assume
Mhm.
this is a Sunil repository, this is a Mahesh repository.
Okay.
Okay, see here in the Mahesh repository, he can do whatever he want. He want to, suppose he wants to run a job, he can run this from here.
Mhm.
Okay, and then when it comes to the Sunil, okay, definitely Sunil will have access to this 01 only, so that he will be able to see only 01 only when the moment when he log into the management console.
Okay.
Here, all the jobs, whatever jobs Sunil has created, all the jobs will be appeared here. So he can, do play with the jobs here with his jobs in this repository one. If both
Means
are
whatever
loading
the
the data
development
into
they
the
will
same
do,
table
right?
in the target, if both are loading the data in the same target table, okay, then if that all depends on the latest changes, whatever latest changes, the latest changes will be there in the target table. The previous changes will be overridden.
Okay.
So developer will not get warning. Like suppose someone has run added 3 field and the next developer has worked on only 2 field, and then he is trying to move from local repository to other. Then will it get a issue or warning like the other repository had extra field and you are having only 2 fields?
No, no, no. If field
So
is not
Manoj,
available, then it will throw the error.
Okay.
If field
okay.
is not available, it will throw the error. If fields are there additionally, then it won't impact.
So Venkat, I think it is safe to assume, right? Uh, the two repositories, right, are not dependent on each other, right?
Correct,
So
correct,
both are independent, right?
correct.
In the
Hmm.
development perspective, okay,
Correct,
and the job is perspective also they are independent, right? So they will
correct.
not override each other
Jobs will not
in
override each
BODS
other.
system.
Changes. No, 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 no.
Mhm.
Jobs will not get a conflict. That is for sure.
Mhm.
Okay, nowhere.
Okay.
But the moment, I mean, when we are loading the data into the target table, if the table is
Mhm.
same, then there might be impact on the data.
Data impact will be there, but in the BODS system, right,
Hmm.
the ETL which they have done, right,
Hmm.
it is independent of the repositories, right? So
Correct,
whatever
correct.
Mahesh has created, it doesn't have any dependency on the Sunil's folder and vice versa, correct?
Correct. Correct. From BODS side, there is no conflict and nothing.
No conflicts. So the folders are independent, right? So
Yes.
we are safe to assume the folders are like their own space, right? Whatever
Correct.
they want to do, it will not be okay. It
Yes.
will not even override also, unless until they have access to those folders and they can do the changes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
See, kind of, let's say, if I take this, it's kind of folders only.
Same like
No,
yeah, same like for folders means these
folders
folders
only. Let's
only.
say here
Yeah.
are two folders. This is
Yes.
Mahesh folder. This is Sunil folder. Both can work independently, right?
Independently. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Suppose the moment when you upload the data, okay, in the same target folder, if the file is already exist, then it will ask, it will override it.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I think that's it for today. Tomorrow we will start
Uh,
something else.
so this is
Yeah,
uh,
and Venkat, one more
management
thing.
console.
Okay. So
I will show
tomorrow,
you while no, this is only the training. Okay, this week. Okay, the moment when I after training, KT will be there. During that KT time, okay, I will explain all the jobs and at what time these jobs are scheduled and monitoring and trace and everything. I'm just giving you, training of this. What is management console and what I'm just giving here. That's it.
no problem. No problem. So tomorrow we
Okay,
can.
and other also. So whenever needed, okay, we'll explain remaining options as well. So as of now, just focus
Sure.
on only on these repositories. That's it. Okay, that is one thing. That is the management console. Okay, and coming to the next one is this data services designer. Any more questions before moving on to this designer?
No.
Ramji,
Team,
any more
anything?
questions?
No,
Ram,
wait till
Ram.
now. No, no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Actually,
And coming to
I missed the starting 15 minutes. I will uh,
no, bro.
go through that and I will
Yeah,
let
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. And the data services designer, coming to this designer, okay, as I told you, this is a desktop tool. Okay, I have already installed this designer in my system. Okay, most of the team have already this designer installed, on their systems, I guess. Whoever is yet to install this designer, okay, if you want, you can, the setup file is already there in the SharePoint. You can install this
Mhm.
designer in your system.
Okay.
And also, once you have to install the designer setup file and also Sybase as well. Sybase is the database we are using for this BODS.
Okay.
Both
Oh,
both
Okay,
setup
in
files
Sybase
are
and
available.
DB also we need to install.
yeah, both are there. Sybase is there, and this data service designer setup file is also there. Both are there in the SharePoint. I will after this
Just
training
share the path,
session.
no?
Okay, yeah, I will share the path. I will put that path here only in this group chat.
Because
Okay, all the
Sybase
hmm,
is for the person who works on admin things, right? Not for development perspective.
Database user.
Uh, admin perspective, that one, right? Not for the development perspective, right?
Yeah, yeah, from admin
no, no, no,
perspective.
no, no. Because this all the BODS information, BODS stuff, jobs information or everything. Okay, when I say these repositories, right? I mean local
Mm.
repository, central repository. Okay, these are stored in the Sybase only.
Sybase only, correct. But that would be
Hmm.
central, na? We can directly connect. We can install the client tool and we can directly connect to that server, right?
What do you do with that server?
No,
No,
no.
no,
You can
Venkat.
you can do it. You can
Venkat,
install that
Ram,
Sybase. Hmm.
Ram question here is right. why we need to install the Sybase
Yes,
in our system.
Why
We can install, we can access it by the client only, na?
client is? What that need of installing the Sybase is okay. These username and password, this system, everything, all this information is getting stored in the Sybase database only.
correct,
Okay, this driver, this is a designer. Designer is the driver. Sorry, this is one tool, and system is, I mean, DB is a separate one, right?
correct.
There should be to establish the connection between this designer and Sybase. There should be one driver, right?
Mm,
How connection established to the backend systems from any front-end application through drivers only, either
correct,
client tool or ODBC or JDBC drivers.
correct.
That is what a Sybase is, a client tool. Okay, that you can install that Sybase, so that connection will establish between Sybase and the services designer. Clear, right?
No, bhai. Yeah. Okay, we'll discuss later.
No. Ram. See, this is very
Huh.
simple. Very simple. This is a desktop tool, front-end application. Let's assume this is a front-end
Correct,
application.
correct.
Now, backend, my all the data, front-end application data is getting stored in the backend database.
Correct.
Backend database is what here?
Sybase.
Sybase. Yes,
Correct,
Sybase. So there is a how this designer will communicate with the database. I mean, this Sybase. It has to communicate with the
correct,
database, right? How
correct.
it will communicate? Both are different.
Mm,
How it will communicate with this with the Sybase? The moment when you log in, when you are trying to log into the data designer by giving the system username, password, authentication, everything.
correct.
Okay, this all these information. This is just a tool, front end tool. All this information
Correct,
is being
Bhai.
stored
See,
in the database only, right?
yeah, I understand. If you see your screen only in the same screen,
Hmm.
here system port host name is nothing but the database only, backend database only, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, which means we can connect
Th-
to S-base.
no.
Here in
This is
this
not
case,
a.
it is
This is not a DB. This is not a Sybase server. This is a BODS server. This
okay.
is a BODS, not a Sybase server.
Okay. Actually, uh, earlier we worked on that ODA stuff.
Hmm.
Actually, what
Hmm.
happened there, we used to install the client only. From that client only, we can directly connect to connect through the repository by giving the database credentials.
No. There
There is
might
no
be
need
no.
to.
That DB setup might be inbuilt of that your desktop tool.
No, no,
Otherwise,
no,
how
no, no,
communication
no,
will
no.
happen?
Through the server only.
Which
Like
server?
like how like how you are connecting from the database. In Oracle, you are connecting to the MIDW schema, right?
That is a DB server. Here, two servers we are talking about, Ram. One is a
Okay.
BODS server and other one is a DB server. BODS
Okay.
server is the what this BODS server is. It is the it does the process. Okay, it is the
Okay.
the process of doing all the stuff and getting the data stored into the DB server.
Okay.
Where data stores ultimately in any application, where data stores ultimately in the database
In
only,
database
right?
only. Yes.
So in this case, in this BODS, the data stores in the database only, that the Sybase database only. All these repositories information, job information, all the
Correct.
information.
Same case for ODA also.
Maybe might be different, but BODS,
Yes.
okay, it won't work like that. It won't work like that. It definitely you need to, if you do not want to install the Sybase client, you can install any ODBC or JDBC driver. But
Actually, what happened, Mukha? In ODI, there are two schemas by default. In server, they have created like ODI repo. Like that, there are two schemas were created in the Oracle database. Okay, we can
Mhm.
directly access in a client. We need to give those schema details so that it will directly connect to that server. in ODI at ODI side. But
Okay,
here,
okay. Here is here is a different
okay,
story. Okay.
okay.
Okay, now here I'm just logging into, development server, BODS development environment. So this is a development environment URL system, I can say BODS DAO system. This is a BODS DAO system. And I'm just logging into this, BODS DAO environment, development environment using my credentials. Authentication is always enterprise only. Okay, as I said. And here you can see in the down here, you can see since I have admin rights, I am able to see all the repositories created in this development environment. We have 20 repositories created in the development environment so that I'm able to see all the 20 repositories since I am the sweep admin user or I have admin rights. Okay. So here you can see this repository is assigned to this guy and this one is assigned to this. This one is just to make to understand whose repository is what. That is what this description mentioned their LAN IDs. And other one is here read only. In the here we have a read on count. The important point here is if the read only is set to no, okay, then the moment when you log into this particular repository, then you will have all the rights. All the rights means you can view that job, you can edit the job, or you can modify the job, you can do whatever you want. Okay, you can do that. If the read only set to yes, if the read only set to yes, then you can log into that repository, but you will be able to view that objects of that repository. You are not allowed to do any kind of modifications in that repository. Okay, that is the read only. Read only either set to yes or no. If it is yes, then we'll have viewer access simply. If it is no, then we'll have edit access. That's it. So I'm just logging into this 20 repository. And this second and another point is the moment when you log into the any repository, okay, if this screen pop up, which means already another user is already using, another user is already logged into that repository. Okay, let's say I'm trying to connect to repository 20. At the same time, Mahesh also connected to repository 20. Then this screen will pop up. This screen will pop up. Do not click on continue. Okay, if you want to exit, you can exit. Okay, but do not click on this continue. The moment when you click on the continue, there might be chance of hampering this repository. Okay, so that is what I do is I will simply reset users. Reset users means whatever work will be done by Mahesh till that time, that will be, if he saved that work, that will be there. If that work is not saved, then all that will be gone. If more than one person is trying to log using the same repository, then that kind of pop-up will come. There you can see who is already logged into that repository. You can check with that guy. Okay, ask him to save all his work, then only log into that repository. Otherwise, what happens is all the changes, whatever changes done by your already logged in user, those changes, if not saved, those changes will be gone. Clear, right? That is the most important point while logging into the repository. That is what we have created different repositories and assigning each repository to different resources with required access. So once you log into the services, data set designer, once you log into the designer, this designer, okay, looks like this. This designer looks like this. As I said, we do all the development work in this designer only. So this is interface or look and feel of the designer, where you can see the project area and local object repository library. Two areas. Project area is nothing but this is completely local to you only. Okay, your kind of your this is your internal area, whereas this is nothing but a repository area. Whatever objects are there in the repository, I mean, in the year I have logged into 20 repository. Whatever objects are there in the repository 20, you will be able to see all of them here in this, in this panel. Whereas in the above panel is local to you only. You can import all the objects into your local project area. So basically, this is a replica of, I mean, instance of repository 20. So here in this repository, okay, you can see here there are multiple tabs. Let's see one by one. In the project tab, okay, here basically when we start with any project, when you start with any project, we do create a folders. Each folder is nothing but a one project. Each folder is nothing but a one project. Under this folder only, okay, we will create, multiple, I mean, all the jobs. Project is nothing but your folder, whatever creating the folders. We basically do create folders in this project, and you do, create all those jobs or map those jobs to particular projects. And next one is nothing but a jobs. As I said, now there are two jobs. We can create two types of jobs. One is nothing but a batch job, and the second one is nothing but a real-time jobs. Okay, here this second tab contains batch jobs and real-time jobs. This batch jobs contains all the jobs created underlying batch jobs. It will holds all the underlying batch jobs. Whereas real-time jobs here it shows all the real-time jobs if any created. Okay. And the next one is workflow. So before discussing this workflow, there are three basic terms. There are three basic terms we do frequently use in the designer. We do frequently use in the designer. Those three basic terms are nothing but first one is nothing but a job, and the second one is nothing but a workflow. Third one is nothing but a data flow. These three are the, these three are the basic terms which we do, frequently use in the designer or in BODS. First one is, let's see one by one. First one is nothing but a job. Job is nothing but, kind of, it is a smallest unit where it can, execute independently. This is nothing but a smallest unit where it can execute independently. That is nothing but a job. Whereas workflow is nothing but, workflow is a logical grouping of systems or steps. Sorry, logical grouping of steps that manages flow of execution. This workflow manages, I mean, simply workflow, controls order of execution, controls the order of execution, and also it handles dependencies between the jobs. It also manages the, dependence between the sequence or jobs. And data flow. Third term in data flow. This data flow is a core of BODS, where all the ETL process, we do in this data flow only. All the ETL process we do in the data flow only. Okay. Whereas workflow is simply kind of order of the execution of the jobs. Order of execution means sequence of the execution. It simply defines the order of execution. Order of execution in the sense, let's say I have two jobs created, job one and job two. I have two jobs created. So my order is once job one, first the order of execution is first to complete first run the job one, then run job two. That sequence we do define in this workflow. That sequence we do define in this workflow, and also it manages the dependencies between these two. Let's say I want to run that job 2, I want to run there is a requirement to run job 2 as soon as the job 1 is completed. As soon as job 1 is complete, then only run the job 2. What I will do is I will make the sequence between this job 1 and job 2, and based on the status of this job 1, I will decide whether job 2 to run or just halt the this entire process of execution. Okay, that is nothing but a workflow. And job is nothing but a simple a unit which can work independent. I mean execute independently. So having said that, three basic terms here you can see that is only job. Okay, it holds all the jobs information, whereas workflow it holds all the created workflows, and the data flow it holds all the data flows. Okay, it consists of all the data flows created in this designer, and ABAP data flows also there, but we are not using this ABAP data flows. If there are any ABAP data flows created, okay, sorry, we can create that ABAP data flows also, but in this project we are not using this ABAP data flows. So that is what, as I said, now this data flow is a core of a designer where it process actual ETL, where it process actual ETL. Then next one is next tab is nothing but transformations. Here in BODS supports multiple transformations while transforming the data as per the business requirement. Okay, so we'll have to choose the suitable transformation uh, while loading the data into the target system. That is nothing but a transformation. We'll see all these transformations. What are the available transformations in data services? I mean, designer. Okay, and how to choose which transformations to be used as per the requirement. That also I will show you with by taking the scenarios. Then next one is nothing but a data flow. So data stores. Here data store is nothing but this is see basically data store and database. Database is nothing but in terms of database actually holds database tables and its data, whereas the data store holds the metadata of those DB tables. It holds the metadata of the DB tables. Here we can create data stores connecting to the sources. Okay, either Oracle data, Oracle's DB or HANA DB will create a data store. That is nothing but a data stores. How to create a data store and everything I will explain in detail. No need to worry. I'm just explaining all these tabs in the repository area. Then next one is the float files. See this data store in the sense when I say data store in the sense this data store we can create a data store to the any relational database. Okay, and SAP applications if I show you one here see data stores. Here databases means relational database it supports, and SAP application, then PeopleSoft, Oracle application. These are all the supported databases, source systems by BODS. Okay, and let's say I have a data. I have a data in the float files. I have a data in the float files. Then this is another tab where we can create the float file structure here in BODS and read the data from float files. So float file can be any CSV file, any TXT file, any CSV file or any TXT file. and also Excel workbook. We can also create, scan, read the data from Excel as a source as well. Then XML as well. Here you can see XML. XML also can be the source. XML also can be the source to this BODS. Then file locations. So file locations also can be file locations in the sense I can say file location in the sense yeah, file location in the sense, what do you say? A drive, network drive. Okay, network drive kind of. So these all are the you know supported supported sources by BODS. Then next one is nothing but a next to tab is nothing but functions. Functions in the sense, as I said, BODS has predefined functions. BODS has predefined functions. Apart from that, you can create a custom functions and you can reuse those custom functions as needed. You can reuse those custom functions as needed. That is, this tab, will have all the created custom functions and validation functions as well. Okay, these are the tabs of repository, like, project. This is a basic one. Project, then jobs, workflow, data flow, transformations, data stores, plot files, custom functions. Okay, this is, I just explained what is what all these tabs. In next session onwards, we'll see in detail of every tab. Clear, right? Any questions?
Venkat.
Okay, this is all, introduction of SAP BODS. So let's wind up this for today's session here. Okay, we'll connect tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Then we'll start actual, uh, this how to create. In tomorrow's session, what I will do is how to create a project. Okay, and how to create one simple job, how to transform the data from source system to the target system. Okay, that in tomorrow's session I will start with that. And one more point is also, BODS. In BODS, as we said, this is ETL tool of SAP, okay, or SAP product. And using this BODS, what it does is, what we can do is we can integrate the data. Integrate the data means I have a data in the Oracle table. I want to integrate the data in the HANA DB. That we can do, integrate. And other second thing is through BODS, we can also migrate the data. Migrate the data in the sense I have the data in a Oracle system. I want to migrate the data, entire data from move the data from Oracle to the HANA system. Okay, that is nothing but a data migration. In using BODS, we can do data integration and also we can do data migration in BODS. Basically, in the data migration, when I say data migration, in the sense there are some migration techniques in BODS which will be using to migrate the data from source system is non-SAP systems. Data migration, 99% of the data migration happens, not 99%, sorry to say, 90%. Maybe 90% of the data migrations happens migrating the data from non-SAP systems, non-SAP legacy systems to the SAP system, means non-SAP systems as Oracle to S/4HANA or Oracle to ECC system. That is nothing but a data migration. Even in in our project also, the our project is data migration only, because all the financial data we had in Oracle system only, right? Before migration. So we had moved out all the financial data from Oracle system to the S4 system. Using BODS, that migration can happen. But unfortunately, for this migration, okay, we did not use this BODS. We have used some other migration technique finance data migration. Okay, and also basic another thing is, let's say I have a data in the ECC system. Let's say as I have a data in the ECC system. Okay, now I want to migrate the data, all the data from ECC system to the S4HANA, because S4HANA is the latest trend. ECC system is going to decommission in down the line, so that everyone is migrating. Everyone has to migrate their data from ECC system to the S4HANA. For that also, this BODS, one of the migration technique, one of the migration, one of the migration tool where we can read the data from ECC system and migrate the data to the S4 HANA system. Okay, here moreover in this training, okay, I will be covering only the data integration. Okay, maybe one or two I will show you that how to migrate the data to S4 HANA. Okay, from Oracle. That also I will show you maybe one or two scenarios. But most of the transformations and work would be on this data integration only. Clear, right?
Okay,
Any?
Venkat.
Okay, thank you guys. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Venkat.
Thank you, Venkat.